Hello and welcome to another learning video. Today we're going to go over what is Independence Day. July 4th, which is Independence Day, celebrates the adoption of the Declaration of Independence by the Continental Congress in 1776, declaring the 13 American colonies independent from Great Britain. This act marked the formal separation of the colonies from British rule and the beginning of the United States of America. Before the declaration, tensions between the American colonies and Great Britain had been escalating due to issues like taxation without representation and the presence of British troops. The Continental Congress, representing the 13 colonies, voted to declare independence on July 2, 1776, and adopted the Declaration of Independence 2 days later on July 4th. Who were the key players? Thomas Jefferson is credited with drafting the initial version of the Declaration, which was then reviewed and amended by Benjamin Franklin and John Adams. The significance behind the Declaration. The Declaration of Independence not only declared the colonies' independence, but also outlined the philosophical and legal basis for their separation, asserting the principle that all men are created equal and have certain inalienable rights, including the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The first public readings of the Declaration were held in Philadelphia on July 8, 1776, and the first Independence Day celebration, including bonfires, bells, and fireworks, were held in Philadelphia on July 4, 1777. Independence Day became a federal holiday in 1870 and a paid federal holiday in 1941. But if you think they just sat down and wrote this and was like, hey, we're free now, you're sadly mistaken. The United States gained its independence through the American Revolutionary War, a conflict fought between Great Britain and its 13 American colonies from 1775 to 1783. The colonies declared their independence on July 4, 1776, with the adoption of the Declaration of Independence, but the war continued for several more years. Ultimately, the colonies, with the crucial support of France, defeated the British forces, leading to the recognition of American independence in the Treaty of Paris. The American colonies grew tired of Britain's taxing without representation and British attempts to exert more control over colonial affairs. The war continued after the Declaration with key battles and turning points such as the Battle of Saratoga, which led to French support, and the Siege of Yorktown. The colonists' cause was significantly bolstered by the alliance with France, which provided crucial military and financial assistance. Spain and the Netherlands also offered support. The British were eventually defeated, culminating in the surrender of General Cornwallis at Yorktown in 1781. The war officially ended with the Treaty of Paris in 1783, where Great Britain formally recognized the independence of the United States. Let's take a look at now what would happen if we never had the Revolutionary War. The United States would likely not exist as it does today. North America would likely be a collection of British colonies, potentially with varying degrees of autonomy, and the political and territorial landscape of the continent would be drastically different. Without the Revolution, there would be no United States, no Louisiana Purchase, and the expansion westward would have unfolded under British control, potentially leading to different borders and alliances. What would the political structure look like? The 13 colonies would have likely remained under British rule, possibly evolving into a federation of self-governing colonies or dominions, similar to Canada or Australia. There would be no Constitution or Bill of Rights. The American system of governing, including the Constitution or Bill of Rights, wouldn't even exist. A parliamentary system similar to the British Westminster system might have emerged with a prime minister instead of a president. Britain would have likely expanded its control over the territories east of the Mississippi River. Without the United States, France would have not sold the Louisiana Territory, significantly altering the map of North America. The expansion westward would have been under British control, potentially leading to different borders and a slower pace of settlement. Some historians suggest that without the American Revolution, certain Native American tribes, like the Cherokee, might have retained more influence in the territories. Spain might have retained control over the Southwest, Russia, and Alaska. The economic development of the colonies would have been different, potentially with a slower pace of industrialization and a greater emphasis on agriculture. Immigration patterns might have been different with fewer immigrants coming to the colonies. The Civil War, sparked by the issues of slavery, might have not occurred in the same way, or at all. If the colonies had remained under British control, the abolishment of slavery might have been delayed or different. Without the United States, global power dynamics might have been different, with Britain potentially remaining a stronger global power. The American Revolution had a profound impact on the spread of democratic ideals and ideas of self-government around the world. Without the revolution, these ideas might have spread differently. In essence, the absence of the American Revolution would have led to a North America vastly different from the one that exists today, with a different political landscape, territorial boundaries, and social and economic development. Unfortunately, this battle is ongoing. It did not end in 1776. We must never relent. Democracy survives only when we fight every day to defend it. You can help by calling the representatives. Numbers were in this video and they'll also be in the description. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing and we'll see you again soon.